Welcome to County Portal, your simple source for local government services and public records. Let's get started.
Which American president has fired the most staff? It sounds like a simple question with a straightforward answer, but the reality is a bit more complicated. First, we have to define staff. Are we talking about cabinet secretaries, senior White House advisors, or every single federal employee? And how do we distinguish between someone who was outright fired and someone who was pressured to resign? To get a clear picture, experts and historians typically focus on a specific, measurable group: high-level White House aides and cabinet members. Using this metric, which is often called the turnover rate, we can see which administrations were stable and which were a revolving door of new faces. For much of modern history, presidents had some turnover, especially after a tough midterm election or at the start of a second term. Ronald Reagan had a notable amount of turnover in his administration, and Bill Clinton had a chaotic first year that saw several key people leave. Barack Obama, by contrast, was known for having a remarkably stable and loyal inner circle with a very low turnover rate compared to his predecessors. But when we look at all the data, one president stands in a class completely by himself: Donald J. Trump. The Trump administration didn't just have a high turnover rate, it shattered all modern records. According to detailed tracking by organizations like the Brookings Institution, the turnover of his most senior level staff, the so-called A-team, reached an unprecedented 92% over his 4-year term. To put that in perspective, no other president in the last 5 decades has even come close. His first year alone had more top-level turnover than any of his 5 predecessors had in their entire first terms. This constant churn included multiple chiefs of staff, national security advisors, press secretaries, and cabinet secretaries. The reasons for this are complex, with analysts pointing to an unconventional management style, a premium placed on personal loyalty over policy experience, and the intense pressures of numerous investigations. High-profile departures, like the firing of FBI Director James Comey or Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, often dominated headlines and contributed to the sense of constant instability. So, while it's impossible to count every single firing in American history, especially in earlier eras with different government structures, in the modern presidential era, the answer is clear and backed by overwhelming data. No president has seen a higher rate of turnover at the highest levels of their administration than Donald Trump. We hope this breakdown gave you a clear answer to a complicated question. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video interesting and want more deep dives into American politics and history, please hit that subscribe button.